Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here, and welcome to my third Long Dark series of 2023, and the third in the Against All Challenges Metaseries. Against All Challenges is a series of series in the channel's 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time time slot. As of today, Nomad and Archivist are complete with more than 35 episodes between them, and starting today, we're taking on Hopeless Rescue for the first time on the channel ever. I've been playing the Long Dark since 2015, but, and this is true, I haven't touched the challenges since the game left early access in 2017. New ones, old ones I'd done series on prior to Wintermute's launch, ones I hadn't done series on. None of them. So, we're doing all of them. Uncut, unedited, unadulterated. We're going in order from easiest to hardest, we're dedicating a separate playlist in the Metaseries to each one, and we're going to be finishing up with Escape the Darkwalker and As the Dead Sleep in that order, neither of which I've ever played. These are the rules. If I fail a challenge, I will start over within the same playlist and try again until I succeed. Almost had to do it in Archivist, screamed internally for 2 whole episodes, but it was fine. Each challenge will have its own series as part of a larger ongoing effort until it's all done. Against All Odds Season 7 might even start in another time slot while this metaseries is still ongoing. The idea for this metaseries came from my wanting to do something of a warm-up or commemorative run after returning to YouTube from a long time away. So I'm still chipping away at some rust and returning to a level of commentary and gameplay that I'm more accustomed to. But before we get the new series going, thank you so much to all of our new nobles and champions. If you're a regular in the comments section or to premieres, you've probably been noticing new emblems next to some names. Those are members' badges. Members also get channel emotes to use in comments and in live chat, and other community-related perks. Nobles are the foundational tier, and champions are the generous special access tier whose names are scrolling across the background right now. As the number of members grows, the less the channel has to rely on algorithms and search optimization in order to grow and succeed, and the more time I can devote to making the content the Legion already enjoys. So if you're already a noble or a champion, thank you for making that possible. And if you're a longtime subscriber just now realizing the channel's back online because YouTube is terrible at notifying people, thank you, all of you, for years of viewership and support, and for hanging on, especially for hanging on while I was away. Oh, and since I teased it on the community tab a few days ago, let's celebrate the completion of Archivist with a spot of tea. In case you didn't know this, more members means YouTube lets us have more emotes, so here you go. Now, let's get hopelessly rescued. Or something along those lines. Are you the last person alive? You have to know. If only you could get a signal out to someone. Recover the distress pistol from the summit of Timberwolf Mountain. Fire it from the top of the Desolation Point Lighthouse. So, one thing that is immediately going to be different about this challenge compared to the first two, this is our first challenge that we are doing as part of Against All Challenges that has a time limit. So we are actually working against the clock, as far as I understand it. And the reason I say as far as I understand it, like the previous 2 challenges, I have never done this challenge before, either on the channel or off the channel, just to be clear. We're coming up on some challenges that I have done before, but as of right now, I haven't played this. So let's get to it. I am going to let Mark have a turn for a series, just to mix things up a little bit. We're probably going to let him have the next 2. Jennifer had the first 2. And then we'll mix things up again maybe for the back half of the series and not make it such an even split. We'll see. We'll play it by ear. So this is going to be, we'll just say, Against All Challenges hopeless. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. It's going to be fine. Let's do this. So those are the instructions we just saw. And let us begin. Oh, that's interesting. Trapper's Cabin, Mystery Lake. Time remaining 6 days, 23 hours, 58 minutes. The sun is just now rising in Trapper's Cabin. Do I have a lantern? No, I don't. Do I have matches? I do. So let me use that, see if there's a lantern in here. Don't see one. All right, well, there will be light. You know, that's really rude. I was going to pick a lot of stuff up, and now I can't. All right. The matches will work for the time being. It is still a low difficulty run. That's the thing to bear in mind. But, again, this is the first time that we are dealing with... I'm not going to break that down. First time we're dealing with a time limit of any kind. So, we'll go ahead and burn through one more match. And hopefully not select anything this time. Hello? matches? Do you even... Just tried to put my bedroll down on top of the shelf. Everything's fine. This is going to go great. Tomato soup, dog food, tin of coffee. So we can't dally long at all. There's a flare. There's a book. Painkillers. Search the backpack. Ketchup chips. Nice. So we're starting to be able to see here. That's good. I could technically light a fire to... Let's see if we can get away with that. Hang on. I just want to be able to see and grab all the stuff that I can in here before I leave. Alright, so we've got this book. Let's go ahead and start the fire. Not going to worry about the charcoal just yet. So the first destination is where we just were at the end of the Archivist Challenge in yesterday's episode. So let's go ahead and add a little bit here. And now what I can do is I can take a torch and definitely look around safely. Orange soda, metal container, new t-shirt. So again, as I mentioned, we still have Voyager difficulty, and the loot tables will be accordingly generous, as they've been in the Metaseries so far. But I'll be curious to see how having a time limit affects how I play. Right now, I want to search this place up before I go, because once I'm going, I'm going, you know? I already have a route in mind. We're going to go straight to the dam, and then go down to Pleasant Valley. Oh, okay, so that was what, 56, 57? Maybe go all the way around for the first one. 57. I'm going to do this fast. Alright, 57, that was in the 20s. It's interesting that it'll let me do that. Oh, that makes sense, though. 57. Might have been in the 30s, hang on. No, it was the 20s. It's like 25. There it is. So 24. Come on. There we go. Got it.
This stuff will come in handy.
Decent wool ear wrap, MRE, rifle cartridge. No rifle yet, though. So we go ahead and wear that, and we can put the t-shirt on underneath, and then put this on. So at least we have a bit of head covering, and I can also very quickly... Hang on, do I have everything that I can find in here? Oh, wait, let's check the first aid kit. Okay, got some antiseptic and painkillers. I'm going to go ahead and grab another torch out of the fire and extinguish it, but we've got the torch. And we'll grab that one. And we can probably go ahead and head out. Let me quickly see what it would take. Alright, I can't quite do improvised stuff yet because I don't have enough cloth, so let's get moving. We need to go straight across Mystery Lake. We might stop at a few locations just to see if we can find some things to scavenge, but we need to move quickly. So I'm going to be a little bit more off the beaten path than I typically would be in this situation, which is going to involve possibly staring down a little bit more hostile wildlife than I would in an early run. Not just because we're on the lower difficulty and we can afford to take the risk, but also because of, that time limit, which I'm going to be bringing up a lot. So that's the time limit for I believe, the remainder of the challenge, not just for the next objective. So we have to find the distress pistol, and then we have to turn around. We have to go to Desolation Point. So our route involves... We have no weapons at the moment. Our route involves going up to Timberwolf Mountain with relatively few supplies compared to, say, the character we were just playing as in the Archivist Challenge. Lovely, right? And then we have to get the distress pistol from the top of Timberwolf Summit, go back down, go back through Pleasant Valley, go to Coastal Highway, go to Desolation Point, and fire the flare gun from the very tippy top of the lighthouse. So that is a different experience from anything that I have done challenge related on the channel so far, both in the Against All Challenges Metaseries and in the past. I don't think I've actually clarified this in spoken terms, but just to be very clear about this, for those of you who haven't searched the playlists since the Metaseries began, the only series that I have done on the channel are the Hunted 1 and 2 and Whiteout, the only challenges that I've done on the channel. That's it. Ow. Those are the ones that have existing series, and they're very old. They are pre-Wintermute, so they are pre-2017, which is why we're redoing everything. Starting to get a little cold. I'm happy that getting sprains doesn't actually physically hurt you. That would be more than a little annoying. It's actually been quite a long time since I've been to this little broken hut. I suppose you can call it a house, but
making my head feel thick.
Yeah, the deadfall area. It has been a very long time since I've been here. All right, so we've got a hatchet, more cedar firewood. I'm going to go ahead and grab a cooking pot just because I don't have one. And it looks like we do have a container here. Tin of coffee, lantern fuel, nice. Nothing else here, though, so let's keep moving. So I'll stop at the camp office because I'm really hoping to snag a lantern there. I can already see the power line running along the railway. I do need to watch for any furry woodland friends of the four-legged, somewhat tall, and black variety, because they tend to be rather angry and aggressive in this game.
Freezing.
Had a pretty cool exchange with a commenter a few days ago talking about, the differences between the wildlife behavior in this game and like the way you would see wildlife behave in real life or in a more realistic simulation. And it's worth mentioning for those of you that might not be aware, this is not This is not intended to be a wildlife or hunting simulator of any kind. There is a lore-related reason that the wildlife in this game behave the way that they do. And the game acknowledges that right when you start it up. It literally says, we know that wolves do not normally attack people. But that also extends now to moosen and to other various wildlife in the game, including wildlife that do not yet exist in the game, but will soon. Is that a wolf or a demon? That's a demon. Okay, cool. For those of you not in the know, we call the doe demons because they make scary noises, okay? That's just what we call them. And if there are any objections, you can take it up with nobody. Ever. Thanks. If you think I'm kidding, just wait. I am not kidding. Now we find out, yeah, it is in fact a doe. All right, so I'm going to quickly duck into the camp office here. And you see what I'm talking about? That was not a deer noise. That was a demon noise. Okay? That was pure evil, is what that was. That was the personification of malice. And I will accept no alternative explanations. Okay. Let's take a look around in here, shall we? I don't have a ton of time. Again, we really can't afford to... it's nice not to care about the laptops anymore. We really can't afford to waste any time. But I do want to see if I can spot anything useful. I'm actually sitting here thinking to myself, was there a gun on the gun rack at Trapper's? I genuinely cannot remember looking. I can't imagine that I didn't look, but it's been a day. It's just been a day. Not really for any bad reasons, but anyone ever, no matter how...
I think I can use this.
Okay, so we've got some antibiotics there. No matter how well-rested and prepared you are for a given workday, if a certain type of weather system rolls in, you're just done. And not done as in completely unproductive, but it really messes with you in a way that can be hard to push back against some days. That was today. But I'm doing my best. And hopefully there wasn't a gun. Because if there was, y'all are already memeing on me. Alright, so I got a bedroll. That's nice. I think I already might
to look here.
Nice! Got some ragged work pants. And a worn wool toque. That couldn't have come at a better time. So let's go ahead and put the ragged work pants on. I might be able to repair them momentarily, and I'm now warm enough to not freeze to death. That's fantastic. I have some leather shoes, which I will probably not wear. Interestingly enough, I have not found... There's some water. Very good. Note left behind. Don't care. Not going to stop and read it because we are on a timer. Yeah, interestingly enough, I have not found a lantern yet. So hopefully there will be one in the dam. All right. Anything else? Anything at all? No. That would be a negative. So, hang on. I can go ahead and wear those socks too. So this is enough to... See, the thing is, if I move now, which I probably should, to tell you the truth, I probably won't be warm enough. Let's see if I can get away with repairing something. Like, yeah, those... yeah, the ragged work pants I should attempt to repair on. Because an attempted repair will not hurt anything. There we go, 58%. Now let's try and repair the jeans. Hypothermia risk is gone. All right, that chance failed. I don't have a ton of cloth, so now I have no cloth. Great. Well, I'm not going to... let's see. It would take me 6 minutes since I do have a knife, so I'll go ahead and grab a few more. I just don't have all the time in the world, so I'm going to be looking more closely during this series than you have probably ever seen me look at the amount of time that things are going to take me, and weighing that very carefully, for obvious reasons that hardly need be explained. But I'm explaining them anyway. Okay, hopefully this one will go through. I've had pretty decent repair luck, good, so far in the Metaseries, so that helps. Let's now head out. So as I was saying, I've got a couple of routes. This is, for those of you curious why I said it's Voyager difficulty and yet there are already wolves lurking about, that is part of the challenge. I've remembered that detail for a long time. I don't remember who mentioned it. I think I was hanging out in Athenon's channel one day and either he mentioned it or someone in chat mentioned it. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. So again, these challenges have a baseline that you might be familiar with if you play on a certain difficulty, but then they are modified from the baseline in various ways. All right, what I'm going to do, I know it looks like I'm walking across the lake like I normally would if I was just going to loot, but I'm just walking to that fishing hut because I want to check it for loot, and then I'm going to beeline straight across the river because I don't have a lot of time. I'm getting colder again. I don't have enough warm stuff on me. I could make a makeshift toque. Another thing I could do is I could light a torch. That could keep me warmer. But I'm going to be inside the dam soon enough, and once I'm inside the dam, it'll be a little bit easier to stay warm while also looting and finding things. So I think I saw some matches there. Good. Excellent. All right, so we got some water.
Someone's stash.
It's so weird to hear Mark Mear's voice. Okay. Someone's stash. I got some more fleece mittens. Nice. Are they better than the ones I have? No, they are definitely not. Cool. All right, let's go. Because we are out of buffer on our temperature meter.
Cold.
So I'm going to need to be very careful with what I'm doing here. Because speaking of wolves, there might be one right in front of me somewhere. Especially since I'm not seeing one in this area of the lake. There's a patrol route where a wolf kind of goes from out here-ish through to back there. And since we're not seeing them on the lake, the likelihood that they will be back here beyond this little pass is pretty good. So I'm going to need to watch that closely. Usually stay on the ice, from what I remember. Okay, let me swivel here to the right. As long as I don't get caught in a narrow space like this, I may be able to avoid said threat by just running from it. But that doesn't mean that I'm just going to happily tempt fate. So I'm going to stay glued to this rock, because the wolf is typically on the other side. Be really interesting once they drop the much-teased update to the wildlife routes. And to the wildlife spawn points. Not just the routes, but the spawn points themselves. Because they've already, as I've said so many times that everyone watching every episode of the Metaseries so far is telling me, don't say it again, Hadrian, please don't, I'll leave forever. They changed the loot tables, guys, did you know? Did you? Did you know? I haven't mentioned it before, certainly not 500 times, but they changed those. Point being, they're also going to change the animal spawns, which I've only mentioned about 100 times. So, that's going to happen, in case you didn't know. Which was like one of you. Maybe 3. Alright, so I just walked past a cattail. Not particularly concerned about picking those up. Not only because they're going to be more in front of me, but because I have plenty of food at the moment. And my main objective right now is forward momentum. And also not freezing to death. Fairly high on my priority list at the moment. I'm also trying to think of the fact that I will soon be at the dam. I will potentially have a lot of things to loot. And so because I'll have a lot of things to loot, I'm going to not want to necessarily pick up all the things now before I get there. Question is, do I loot the 2 construction sheds outside of the dam before I get there, or do I just go straight into the dam because I don't have time? I'm tempted to say the latter, but you never know what kind of nice clothes I might find in those construction sheds. And they won't take me long to kind of ruffle through them and see what I can find. Alright, so actual hypothermia risk is not that bad. Looked like it was only at about 15-20%. Yeah, about 20%. So I just don't want to run... I don't want to stay outside for too much longer because I am, of course, losing health to said hypothermia risk, which is almost the greater threat at this point. You may recall in the last episode of Archivist that I was down to about 50% health due to an unanticipated attack from an animal that I will not spoil for you if you have not watched it. But then I just mentioned, I'm going to have to be careful because if a wolf were to attack me right now with my current health, it would not go well. Whereas normally I wouldn't necessarily sweat that if it were to happen. And I'm not quite in that position now, but I'm getting there, which is why I would like to get inside as soon as possible. Hi, dear. Hi there. Okay. I do not see a wolf at present. Keeping a close eye on the area ahead. Don't hear any footsteps. That's positive. Yep, looks pretty good. Okay. So, tell you what. I'm going to head for the one on the far right first. And then we'll go across to the one on the left and then shoot in through the gate and close it behind us. Especially if we were being pursued by any aggressive wildlife. I hear lots of carrion crows, though. Lots of carrion crows. Okay, what do we got? Not just any grape soda.
that.
Decent jeans. Some more cloth. A book. Another book. A first aid kit. Painkillers, antiseptic, emergency stem. Nice. That emergency stem is a welcome. We do not have a pry bar.
I'd eat snow if the hypothermia wouldn't kill me.
Yeah, but the hypothermia will kill you, Mark, so if you're thirsty, just say so. All right, tell you what, since it's at 26% condition, I'm going to go ahead and just eat the MRE. I would normally wait, but it's low condition, and I don't want to take the risk. So now let's pop just a few of these sodas. Or maybe just one. Yeah, just the one. That's good. Got a baseball cap here, which is not... It's not nothing, so I'll go ahead and put it on. Oh, a down vest. How very nice. That'll be helpful. Not really fully repaired yet. But that's okay. There's some wool socks. Very welcome there. Let's go ahead and put those on. They're slightly better than what we had. Anything else? Nada. All right. Now let's pop across to the other location. We'll check the truck, too, while we're here. Interesting that there are so many carrion crows. Probably just prop deer. Can't imagine it being literally anything else. Some scrap metal. Some tomato soup that I will definitely not be eating. Unless, of course, I have to prove a point. In which case, I will be eating it first. I had one of our regular commenters in the community ask me about that. Like, what's the deal with the tomato soup? And I went and found the episode and linked it and ended up watching that moment again. And I was just like, oh my god. Dramatic Hadrian. Holy crap. What were y'all doing to me that I was so triggered towards the comments? Where I literally ate risky tomato soup. Just to make like one or two people in the comment section stop talking. This is actual channel lore. If you're hearing this right now and going, what is he talking about? This is something that happened years ago. I think it was in the first part of Against All Odds Season 5. So there's a 5 and a 5.5. And that's a thing that actually happened. The name of the episode, if you want to search for it, you can type in, what is it? Oh man, it's on the tip of my tongue. I'll think about it in a minute. All right, let's go on in. If you search for Hadrian Peanut Gallery Long Dark on YouTube, you should find it. And you should see tomato soup in the thumbnail. You're welcome. Oh, what a classic. Okay. And believe me, the rest of the comment section brings this up more than I do. Like, not in a bad way, but just in a channel lore type of way, so... This is just me commenting on what other people already comment on a lot. All right. Nothing really going on out here. Let's poke our heads inside the dam. Also, I might have 2 bedrolls. I do. Actually, you know what? How long does it take to break down the bedroll? Oh, too long. All right, we'll tell you what. I don't have time. I don't have that much time to waste. I just don't. I would rather just find cloth now that I'm in here. I do also have to be careful because the sun will set before too long, and not only will I not be able to see unless I have a light source, which I technically do, but if an aurora happens to pop up on the very first night, we might find ourselves unable to move through this dam, which, need I explain to anyone listening, would be really freaking bad. So I'd prefer not to find myself in that situation. Just found a windbreaker. That's a nice find. I'm, like, genuinely excited about this, I have to tell you. Like, now that we're on a different challenge, it's not just that I finished the 2 easiest challenges. I realized I was joking about that for days. It's like, I can't wait to, like, step up to the next level. And this is the first challenge that's, like, 1 axe more difficult. It uses an axe system instead of a star system because it's the Long Dark. Aside from that, genuinely, aside from that.
Could end up being useful.
Yes, it could. This is the first challenge that, you know, has a little bit more impetus for me to keep moving. And not just, like, loot all the things like I typically would in a Long Dark situation.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
In most of my playthroughs. So not only do I get to play in a way that is different for a lot of the people watching from what they're used to from me, but I get to play. Like it's just a different experience for me. So we all have a better time. And I'll take it, you know? So I'm excited to see where this takes us. Well, I know where it's going to take us, but you know what I mean. We know exactly where this series is going. It's just, will I die along the way while making stupid decisions? My theory is only if I'm trying to prove a point.
There's gotta be something useful in here.
Revolver showcasing, don't care. Another revolver okay. Somebody was very careful to dump all of their old shell casings for the revolver inside. Oh, we already went through that. All right. Inside the trash cans at this facility. All right, already searched there. All right, I've got to drop a few things. I don't currently have a lantern. I'm going to drop all those books because they're not necessary at the moment. I'm going to drop most of the newspaper I'm carrying. I'm going to drop 2 of those antiseptics. I didn't know I'd picked up another pair of jeans, so hang on, let's do a quick check on everything I can possibly wear. And maybe drop some things from that list. Ooh, here's a better cap. Okay. Alright. Those are better conditioned socks, but they don't have a better bonus at the moment because wool is awesome, let me tell you. Alright, gotta keep moving before it gets dark. There's also a possibility I could find a lantern, like, deeper down.
Who owns this stuff?
Oh, a decent cotton scarf. That, I believe, will surpass... Yes, it will. Perfect. No pry bar. Lovely. Yeah, this is the kind of room you don't want to be in here.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
How many antiseptics is the game going to give me on the first episode? Stop it. It's just unnecessary. Okay, I'm going to just drop a couple of things here. As much as I would normally say, hey, let's like keep some of these things for loot purposes, like, it's just not productive. I'm going to drop one of those flares too. Alright, so there's another rifle cartridge. I'll hopefully find a rifle at some point. I would like the ability to defend myself if push came to shove. If bite came to maul, I would prefer the ability to defend myself with the rifle. That would be ideal. Okay. Do I care about that safe? No, I don't. I've taken enough time looting, and the sun is starting to set, which means I'm going to start losing light. I can fix that partially by popping this flare, which I'm going to do. There's some rifle ammo, water bottle. At this point, I'm almost tempted just to look for certain supplies because I've already found so many things that will help keep me warm. But at the same time, I don't want to be lulled into a false sense of security and feel like what I've found is enough to keep me safe, because I've been playing on 2 other challenges prior to this one, and I'm accustomed to having better gear, and I'm not guaranteed warmth in any way right now. Alright, let's quickly drop a couple of those. I'm going to drop the jerry can because it's a waste of space right now. I'm going to drop the metal because it's way too heavy for me right now. And I can even drop some of that lantern fuel. While I don't have a lantern, it's kind of pointless. Alright, let's keep moving. Already getting pretty dark in here, despite the fact that it's still daytime. I mean, the flare is creating some contrast too, to be fair. To be fair, the flare is making some contrast. Alright, so there's some painkillers. I'll go ahead and grab those. Why not? Did I see corpse just now? I could have sworn I saw the words search corpse. I just heard a whisper. Okay, yeah, there's definitely noise in the background. Rude. It's just wind. Or the dock is haunted. Or both. Okay. So I can step here. And the crate would probably take, yeah, too much time. I don't have 45 minutes to spare. Alright, I do see some dog food up there. But what I would rather do at this point is go ahead and step down into the lower part of the dam. Because we need to keep moving. Especially given that I'm starting to get pretty tired. And if I could find my way into Pleasant Valley before the sunset here, I think that would be ideal. And I think it's possible that I may be able to. That is what I was hoping for. There's our storm lantern. There's a marine flare, broken arrow. Anything on you? No. Cool. Could also be a gun down here, so we'll keep an eye out for that.
Wonder if the owner's around.
Probably not, Mark. Just a guess. Probably not. Okay, nothing in the microwave. I'm not even going to search those drawers. I'll take the whetstone. Drawers will, by and large, yield like small food items. And because there are 4 drawers, there's some cured leather, that's nice. Because there are 4 of them, you know, stopping to loot those 4, if I did it every time, that eats up more time than I'm comfortable spending.
That'll come in handy.
That might be a better hunting knife than what I've got. It is. Drop. Did I keep the other bedroll? No, I didn't. Oh well. Oh well. Don't care. Don't care. Gotta keep moving. Alright, I will check these drawers. Because I know that sometimes, even though the loot tables have changed, which I have mentioned, it is fairly common to find, or at least it was fairly common to find a gun. A revolver. Down here. And so, I'm just making sure. Covering all bases. There's some cloth. Okay. That's a good thing. Check that plastic container. Fishing tackle. Don't care about the scrap metal. First aid kit, I will search. Antiseptic. Okay, don't need more antiseptic, game, but thank you. Let's drop that. Search the trash can. Nada. Alright. There's another rifle cartridge. So we actually have a fair amount of ammunition for the rifle already, and thankfully we are now reaching the part of the dam that would be closed off to us. Nice work boots. Let's go ahead and put those on. This is the part of the dam that would be closed off to us if we were caught here during the night and an aurora started it up. So, that's a win. It is absolutely a win, and I will take it. Alright, we do not have a pry bar, unfortunately.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
I mean, probably not. They're in a rusted-out locker in the middle of a dam that no one has been in months or years, God knows. It's probably fine. Take the jeans. Hey, climbing socks. Very nice. Okay. What next?
I would drink almost anything about now.
Would you? Fortunately for you, you have Pinnacle Peaches and a knife to open them with. So why don't you do that? And go ahead and drink this water as well. I think I will be able to make it. It'll be a little dicey because there are wolves, but I think I'll be able to make it to Pleasant Valley. And I can stop at a few loot locations on the way and then head up to Timberwolf Mountain. I just don't have a lot of time. Which I'm gonna be saying a lot. Because this is a whole different kind of pressure.
Where's the good stuff?
Looks like you just found it. Water and a Summit soda. Nothing, though, in the microwave. Nothing here, nothing here. No firearms yet. Which is not very surprising. I think I see some crackers on the floor.
Too
there.
heavy.
Very nice. So, isn't there somewhere near here... Alright, there's definitely a cooking pan there, but isn't there a spot where I could actually make a fire real quick? Or will I have to go outside to do that? Because I might be able to make some coffee. I did find some tins of coffee and I've got some water. So I'm probably going to take advantage of that in order to get some of my energy back. Okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else. I think it's time to go. Oh, wait. Pork and beans. Nice. Cloth. Nice. Soda. Nice. Okay. Okay. So here's our exit. Right? Wait, no. Wait a minute. Hold on a sec. Oh, yeah, that's right. This is the entrance. I remember. It's been a while since I've exited the dam from this side. In order to exit the dam, you have to use the one-way door. That's okay, though. I remembered. Everything's fine. So that could have actually been bad. If I had happened to, like, stay in that area until after the sun went down and an aurora started, then I could have actually gotten trapped and not been able to get out. I thought for sure you could... No, you can't. You can't. I remember now. Took me a second, but I remember. That is a one-way entrance. So there's a one-way entrance and a one-way exit. Is there really not a firearm down here? I'm having a hard time believing that. I'm definitely second-guessing myself as often as is reasonable because I know that I'm moving quickly. So especially in moments like this where I'm doubling back through an area, which obviously I will try to minimize, I'll ask myself, what could I have overlooked?
Never would have thought to look here.
And obviously we didn't go upstairs in the dam. Alright, so here's our exit. Let me just make sure before I do this, because I am not coming back in the way I came. I'm going to go ahead and search this file cabinet while it's staring me in the face. I know I said I wasn't going to before.
That'll come.
Alright, I don't need that sewing kit. I will take the wool too. See, that is a decent find. That's going to be superior to what I'm currently wearing. It's better than the scarf. Nice. Alright, let me take another look at what I'm carrying clothing-wise. I can probably get rid of those shoes. I can get rid of those jeans. I've got enough that I'm lugging around that I can repair stuff later with the stuff that I found. So, yep, I can get rid of... I can honestly get rid of a couple of cans, because I'll have more cans soon. I'm going to get rid of that. And let's get moving. I'm going to start a fire as soon as I step outside here. Maybe not as soon as I step outside, but... Alright, so... Yeah, there's plenty of stuff to burn. There's a dead guy over here with a knife. Already have a very nice knife, but thank you, sir.
Now we're cooking with gas.
Yes, we are. Hey, maple syrup, not bad. Alright, 87%. I have a better knife than that. Alright, anything back there? No. Anything back there? No. Alright, let's head down here. Anything in here?
Could end up being
Spray
useful.
paint. Chocolate bar. Nothing. Nothing. And we'll take a peek right over here. And then we'll start a fire probably in one of these. Anything in there? No, nothing. Okay. Where would be... Were any of those open? Okay, we've got a little bit of snowfall. I'll keep an eye on that. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and start a fire right here. It's not ideal, but it's better than nothing. Alright, so we're going to use the cache as tinder. I have some accelerant. I'm going to use it. I've never used accelerant this much in the Long Dark, ever. Alright, so wanted to get rid of some weight there. Now let's go ahead and put down that cooking pot. And we will cook some coffee. And cook some coffee there too. I'm gonna drink that. Let's cook a little bit more. Gonna drink that. As long as we have room in our stomach, we'll be able to drink more. Alright, we're not thirsty, so I'll just take the coffee. And I'm going to cook just 2 more for the road. I think I have enough water for it. Good, I can drink that one. For whatever reason, it didn't let me drink the previous one, probably because I was, like, fully quenched in terms of my thirst. Alright, but I am now fatigue reduced enough to justify... Oh, you know what? Let's take a torch. Let's take 2 torches. That is a feather. That's better. Okay. Let us head to Pleasant Valley. Best zone in the game. Favorite zone ever. I have a lantern. And the cave that we're going to be going through will actually potentially give... Potentially? Potentially. Did you really just say that, Hadrian? Potentially? Actually, potentially. There we go. It could yield some good loot. We'll have to see. I'm going to grab that cedar firewood because I might need it for a fire. If the cave does not potentially give us anything. Alright, I could run into some wildlife here if I'm not careful. So I'm going to sneak up this direction and take a peek real quick. If the game lets me. Okay, it's not really going to let me. So probably going to run into a wolf. I'd honestly be shocked if I didn't. Possibly more than one. Interesting. Could be one up here. This is weird. There's almost always at least one wolf down here. I see a bunny in front of me. That's a great sign. That's a fantastic sign. What is happening right now? There's 2 bunnies. One in the middle and one right there. Is that a 3rd bunny? Oh my god, it is. There's 3 bunnies. Okay, well, there's a wonderful sign from the universe that a wolf is nowhere nearby. Or is just being an absolute troll and not attacking the bunnies so that it can pounce on me when I least expect it. Thankfully, Long Dark Wildlife do not do that until they add the cougar. And then they will do that, and we will all uninstall the game forever. That's a joke. Of course we won't. We'll probably play it more. Okay, let me step back here. I believe this is my route. Yes, I believe. Perhaps. Maybe. No. No, not my route. Yes, this is my route. I found it. I have discovered the place which leads me to Pleasant Valley. Where exactly are you from? I am not sure. Cannot quite place my accent. Are you riffing on Eddie Izzard routines right now? Little bit. Not same, but little bit. Would you stop? Thank you. Alright, so blizzard kicking in literally right as we get to this cave. So this is a pretty perfect arrival. This is what I was envisioning when I said, let's try for this. So now I'm really going to be on edge about, like, false sense of security, etc., etc., because I do not want to be lulled into one. But at some point soonish, I will have to either rest or drink copious amounts of coffee to keep going. Okay. Let me... I do have to drop that torch because I don't need it. Let's refuel the lantern with some of the fuel that I have. Oh my god, did you do that again? Every time. I've probably done that same thing like 5 or 6 times this series. Like I'm in the dark and I can't tell that I'm still holding my lantern when I go into my inventory to do something, then I come back out to my inventory and then I try to take out my lantern and I put it away. Oh, hey, dead guy. Didn't expect to see you here. Alright. Cairn. Kilroy was here. Way to go, Malachi. Yeah, we saw that one recently in Nomad. Love it. Or was it? Was it in Nomad? Or was it in Archivist? It might have been an early Archivist. Oh, I can't remember. I genuinely can't remember which series it was. You guys will know, though. Someone will tell me in the comments. Okay. What does he say? I love you 10 times. Aww. I remember that one, too. Not quite as feels-inducing as the line, I love you 3000, but close. But real, real close. Can we all just talk about how wholesome Robert Downey Jr.'s, as Tony Stark, like, reaction was to his little girl telling him that? He just kind of walks out of the bedroom like, wow. It's like, I can feel my heart getting warmer just thinking about that scene. You know? That was a good moment. Okay. Am I going the right way? Yes. I think. Maybe. I mean, I kind of hear wind out to the left. Okay, yeah, this is the exit. Cool. So, is there a blizzard? Yes. 100%. Okay, well... Okay, fine, be that way, here's what I'm gonna have to do. I am gonna sleep for like just an hour. Okay, just an hour, long enough to trigger, wait for it, that save point. And in the beginning of Against All Challenges, Hopeless Rescue number 2, we will be poking our heads into Pleasant Valley, potentially in this blizzard, but I want to save that decision for the beginning of the next episode. It's really dark. It's so dark. Yeah, I would just like to save that particular judgment for the beginning of the next episode, because I'm hitting the point in the recording where I know that I should stop. So I'm going to stop, and we will continue our adventure in this third challenge in the series, Metaseries even, next episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. If it's not your first time, or even your second, look for the join button to access unique emotes, badges, and other perks. New episodes are coming out every day at 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time.